No contact with my family. 2015, when I moved out from my family, I never returned back to them again. First time I left home at the age of 20 in 2000. But still, I returned back home after my studies, after leaving my ex husband, like that. Every time, family was there. Even though they never supported me whenever I went through difficult times, but when I became okay, I returned back to them. And I really believed that the family is blood is thicker than water. And whenever I had problems with my family, especially the Christian circle, the Christian leaders, they always preach to me that blood is thicker than water. So I also believe, like growing up in a culture, in a Christian environment, honoring the parents was so demanding, even though I couldn't do it, but still I have to pretend, or I kind of did it in a way to please the society. But it was since I left home very first time at the age of 20. For me, I really wanted to be away from home. But it was difficult. But I kept that, since that slowly, I was trying to do that. And I was so happy when I got married. My ex husband really kind of pulled me out of the house. And many women who have done this, they come out of the frying pan and go into the fire because they just need to come out of the frying pan, but until they go into the fire. But there is no other choice. Also, marriage is the only way for a Tamil woman like me to come out of the family. In that time, maybe now things can change. So I'm not only one woman, because I have heard many stories how the woman leave the home because of finding a partner, or marriage was her escape. And for me also, marriage was escape. That's why I always grateful to my ex-husband, because he gave me a liberation in my life which I couldn't get it from my father. And my ex-husband liberated me from my father. And after my father passed away, at that time, same year, I got my divorce also. And I really started to live my life on my own. But still, I had my sibling and my mother who is still alive. And I decided to keep that no contact with them too. um, at the beginning, it was kind of, I felt guilty. I felt like I was wrong. And I always tried, pushed hard to make peace. And, I thought like, being together with them is peace, but that's not true. Being authentic, being following our own path is the peace and truth. So it's not living for somebody else, but living for our own self. And also disconnecting from the family is a blessing. Not everybody have the right parents or good family. It's our choice. We chose this family for our own growth of our soul journey. So it's our we have chosen this path, and for us to be authentic at this moment where we are. Things can change, anything can change, but whatever we feel right, if we feel right that no contact is what we need to do now, I'm so grateful that I'm in no contact, and I'm able to celebrate it, I'm able to share it. I don't need to feel guilty about it, I'm not ashamed of it. And also, I don't need to hide it, it's not a secret. Not every child can be close to their parent, mother, or sibling. And I think giving that choice, I think it might be helpful for them also. That's how I believe. I don't know. But it is a journey. I think these 10 years to come to this point of, because before uh, I left home, each time I visited Sri Lanka, my mother will be there at the airport to send me off and to receive me. But then I did it on my own, even without my mother or any family member. I left the country, I came into the country, and I never reached out to any family member when I travel in or out of Sri Lanka. And I live in a family house which is given, like, which is bought with the support of my family. I bought this um, house where my parents lived before. But I I'm so grateful that I still live in the same place where my parents lived. But uh, I'm I'm their daughter. I'm not, separating, or I'm not denying that fact. But at the same time, I'm not in touch with them. Also, is the truth. So I own and I disown both at the same time, and I'm happy with the choices I make. And even if I feel or see um, in my terms whatever is wrong, or then I change. So it's a continuous change process. Nothing is permanent in this world. But I'm grateful that, all the, because when my father passed away, I tried, I didn't completely cut my father's side, but then I really had some serious issues with his family members, and I kind of let go of them. Then my mother is still alive, and she has, her all her siblings have passed away, and her children. Uh, uh, Fortunately, all the grandchildren of both my parents' side, like, their siblings, grandchildren, and even my brother's child, I don't have any contact. Nobody, at the beginning, some of the kids, they had contact with me, but actually, for last 10 years, I have kept that disconnected, because I feel it might be very confusing to them, not understanding why I did what I did, and it should not affect them because they are small. So none of the children doesn't have, I don't know about the future, but at this moment, I really don't want anything, especially the kids should not be seen, or, be part of my life. And it's a journey to be who I am, and also be happy with myself, and live on my own, with myself, because there is nobody telling me what to do, how to do. So my own choices. So even if I make mistake, that gives so much growth opportunity, because I'm not bound to anything or anybody. I don't need to protect anybody. So it's the freedom I have to live and enjoy life. And friends have become family. So I'm really grateful, even like financially, like nominee form and everything is with the friends, because somebody has to be able to be in touch. Even emergency contacts are my friends. So it's a very, I'm grateful for those friends who are supporting me in my path, like, because if there is an emergency contact, I even don't know what they will do, but even I have planned my funeral, and they are aware that I don't want a funeral. And but still, I think so many things legally I have done that the family should not be a part of the things, but still I don't know when, because legally so many things friends can't take that legal ownership, even though legally I have given some authority over to them. So that's a blessing, but I don't know how much it will affect after I leave. So family is a very, especially Christmas, they say family is so important. So, but for me, birthday, Christmas doesn't bother me anymore. At the beginning, I started to celebrate with friends, and now I can celebrate with myself. So nothing doesn't bother. I'm completely happy with myself. I'm completely comfortable with me. So because of that, at this moment, family doesn't matter at all for my life. So I'm able to live separate and live and enjoy my life, because that is so much important than anything else. And I like to share, because no contact with family is a big thing, especially Asian families, because everything is part of family. Every whole life is in the hands of the family. So to come out, break it, and live a unique life, our solo travel on our own, in our own birthplace, is a really a challenge. But I'm so grateful that I'm able to do it, and I'm happy that I'm able to do this journey to for my own healing and my own peace, that I'm living a life which pleases myself. Thank you.